following program is rated NAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
This week on the 5-Minute Warning.
Not about her,
man.
no.
That hate just
left out of his mouth.
Look, man, I've been hated in a couple days, man. Get off my case.
Wow.
It's like Tourette's. Just be coming out sometimes.
Wait a minute. That is the intro. It's like Tourette's. That's the intro.
this motherfucker said hate is like Tourette's. Sometimes I just be talking and that hate just come out.
The show that gives you everything and nothing at all. That's everywhere you don't want to be. It's Ruben, Mo B, and on the ones and twos, AG.
The 5-Minute Warning.
Welcome to a brand new episode of 5-Minute Warning. It's your man, Ruben, always in the house for you, and you. So, welcome. Of course, always with me, my cousin, my man, my mellow AG in the house.
What's happening, y'all? How you doing?
Oh my God, man. Can I just say that I started meal prep last week.
Oh, how's it going?
You know, I never got it. I didn't understand it, for one. But I understand it now a little bit. You know, you gotta have your vegetables, you gotta have your starch, and you gotta have your protein. You know? So, hey man, cooking chicken on a grill is way different than cooking it in my Ninja.
Okay, you didn't know that?
I did, but it's like way different. So like, it's cool, you know? I survived a week of it, so I figured, let's run it back. So I'm excited about that. There's Moby in the house. What's going on, Moby?
What's going on?
So yeah, man, I guess I'm not sure. Clearly, in the past, I've just sabotaged myself.
How so?
I don't know. But this meal prep thing isn't that bad. So,
Well, my question is, what didn't you understand before? What was the problem?
I think a lot of it was, I don't know if it was understanding. I think it was more of a, you know, Ruben, do you really want to do it? You know, self-sabotage. Now that I've done it and I survived a week, I actually really like it. Now I gotta figure out a couple other things. But, you know, hey, look, man, there's growth. It doesn't matter how old we are, growth happens. And I'm just saying that, hey, man, I grew a little bit last week.
Okay. I just want you to know that not understanding something and questioning whether you want to do it at all are different.
Yeah. But I mean,
you said there's some things you didn't understand.
There are some things, but you know, I went out and went to Walmart and I got the little microwavable trays things.
Okay.
So it's all split up and stuff.
Okay.
Which I'm not OCD like that. It's just what it is.
Honestly, next time, bro, go to Dollar Tree and get the Chinese joints. Like they serve at Chinese restaurants?
Yeah. They weren't that bad at Walmart. They were about $1 a piece, so it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
So, and I figured, you know, I'll get some a little bit more sturdier than that. Because I did have some Chinese stuff, but I don't really trust those in the microwave because it doesn't say on the bottom microwave. So I'm just kind of like, I'm going to melt them joints. And I ain't trying to mess up my food like that. So, but yeah, man, no. I just, you know, every once in a while, some new things happen. So I just like to, you know, let everybody know that once again my eyes have been open to things that should have been open years ago, but due to every fault of my own, I chose not to do that then. But now it's done, and I feel like I'm a better person for it.
Congratulations, sir.
Oh, thank you. You know, it's great. It's great. So, I mean, you know, football happened today. We're not gonna really get into too much of that. But yeah, you know, I'm just glad it's not raining any damn more. Cause
it'll be back this week.
As long as it's not coastal flooding warnings, that shit, they can keep that shit. Cause it's bad enough that rain's gonna fall, but damn, man, how much more you gonna flood Norfolk?
Norfolk can flood when it drizzles, sir. Stop it.
I understand that.
Then why you out here? Come on, man. Act like you know. Everybody on this stream went over to you. Stop it.
I mean, Moby, you had an incident down there with some flooding, didn't you?
What are you talking about?
With the car? Losing the Jetta?
Oh, yeah, that was a while ago, man. That was 25 years ago, man. I don't be remembering what be happening.
What?
I don't be remembering that shit. That's a long time ago, man.
I see you back in your old digs.
What are you talking about?
Aren't you upstairs or?
Nah.
Oh. It looks different. Sorry.
Man, I relocate all the time, man.
I see that.
I go wherever they allow me to go.
That's right. You're still the only dude in that house.
I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean still?
I mean, true that.
Does your mother-in-law still live with you?
No.
Okay. Because before it was wife, mother-in-law, 2 daughters. He'll always be the only dude, man.
My niece is here now, so.
Oh, well, I took the place of the mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Well, you know where you live at, Moby, you don't have to worry about the flooding, because apparently is it still hurricane season?
Hurricane season just started.
Nah, hurricane season started like in the end of July.
Did it? Well, it's going to be that way until like November, I think. Is the last day.
I think it's like till November.
Yeah. I feel safe around Thanksgiving. Otherwise, I'm on high alert, bro. I got to cross bridges to go to work and whatnot. No fun.
Me too.
No fun.
Not at all.
No fun.
I was crossing the HRBT one day, and hail started coming down. I was like,
wow, that must have.
Oh, this some bullshit right here.
Did it stop traffic?
Oh, you know traffic will stop. I'm just like, just don't damage the truck. I was in my truck. I was like,
your personal truck or your work truck?
My personal truck.
Oh man,
I don't want to see no little dents in this motherfucker. Like, just.
Oh yeah, man, because you weren't even safe and protected under your half a carport.
I know.
See, there you go.
I was trying not to bring that up. I saw you the other day. I started giggling. I was like, man, next house you buy, you need a whole carport, bro.
Next house I buy, I need a damn. What do they call this? I don't even know what they call it. Damn.
Can you describe it?
Garages, yes, garages.
There you go.
I mean, leave my half carport alone, man. Only I can talk shit about that.
Well, the reason why we're laughing is because you're the one that brought it up.
I know, but you know. Hey, man, I be trying to leave some stuff in the past.
Okay, well.
I gotta look at the bitch every day. Like,
well, I usually look at it one day a week at least. Sorry.
AG Rubin basically just Republican Charlie Kirk this. Like we quoted his stuff and he got offended by it.
Not wrong, sir. Not wrong.
Did the hell just happened?
What are you looking at?
I don't know what just happened. This is weird.
Well, what happened? Because I don't see any different.
I'm about to say, yeah, nothing happened on our end, bro.
Oh. Yeah, sorry. They just updated the new Apple shit, and this is the first time I had a small issue with it, so it's all good. Yeah, damn. Moby, you gotta bring up the Charlie Kirk stuff.
I'm just saying that's exactly what you just did. All we did was quote stuff that you had said, and then you wanted to act offended by it as if we changed history.
Nobody said anything about you changing history. Jesus. I'm just like, y'all had to bring that old shit up.
No, you said you didn't have to talk about a carport, in which we said no. We only said what you had said before. None of us brought your half carport up originally. You did.
Well, I will give him some credit because he did say, "Why y'all got to bring up old shit?"
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
What the whole Charlie Kirk thing? Yeah, they don't say that. They don't say that at all.
No.
Oh man.
Hey man, we gotta be careful with that, man.
People voted for that amendment thing with Charlie Kirk's name on it about
Yeah, I heard about that.
political violence. That is amazing.
Is it though?
It's amazing that not only did like 3 black Democrats vote for it, but like so many Democrats voted for it, and their reasoning was, well, if we don't vote for it, the Republicans will say that we're for political violence.
That part is actually true. I still wouldn't have voted for it, though.
They're going to say that no matter whether y'all vote for this or not. But y'all didn't have to go turn this dude into a martyr. Y'all didn't have to go turn this white nationalist into a martyr.
I just thought it was interesting that it didn't matter if they voted for it because it was going to pass. So why?
And that's my thing, Ruben. I actually agree with you. It's like, yo, they didn't need a single Democratic vote, because when Democrats tried to bring up something that sounded very similar to it, but it had like governors' names that had just been victims of political violence, no Republican voted for it. None. Zero.
All right. This has been on my mind for the past week and a half now. I wasn't gonna bring it up, but I need to bring it up because I'm done. I'm over it, bro. You said it last week, Moby. They need to stop saying that this dude was assassinated. The dude got shot.
First of all, they've said a lot of things they need to stop saying. They've said he got assassinated. They said he was a civil rights activist.
Oh, I didn't hear that one. Who said that?
Oh, that shit's been all over. He's a civil rights activist. I'm like,
who said that?
Who the fuck is rewriting this shit?
Yeah. What civil rights? You know what?
I mean, wait a minute. I mean, they're not wrong. It's just not civil rights. Wait a minute. Hear me out. Because the only thing I'm saying is everything I always say. From their perspective, he's absolutely a civil rights dude. It's just not our civil rights. That's all. I'm just saying. He represents the new oppressed, man.
Did Moby just get smaller?
No, he changed his angle.
Oh. So, all right, man.
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying from their, you're thinking about it from your point of view. Their point of view says he absolutely is a freedom fighter.
So white people are oppressed?
And we've said it on the show many times.
Actually, that was baseline of almost everything that Charlie Kirk said, that white men were under attack.
Yeah.
And that in society, this is a Charlie Kirk quote, so this is not me being inflammatory, that society only can function with white men in charge.
Mm-hmm. How many times have I told you about how scared white America is because in the late 80s, at its height in the modern era, their numbers were 87%. And the rest of us were 13. Most of that was black. Now, ours has gotten even smaller. Brown has on the come up, and white America is in the mid 60s, approaching the low 60s. They're scared. You have to see it from their point of view if you want to really understand it. Now, you don't have to do anything. I shouldn't say that. It will behoove you to understand where they're coming from, so you'll understand why they're doing what they're doing. But I promise you, Charlie Kirk is exactly what they say he is from their perspective.
Well, at least he not, before I say the statement, I'm not saying this in any type of mean terms or whatever, but But
It doesn't matter. It'll be interpreted as mean by whoever
Yeah.
wants to interpret it as mean.
I mean, he's not going to see Virginia have a first woman governor,
No, he's not.
and she may be black. Lord knows.
Don't say that.
She's not
I
going to
mean-
be black, but
I mean, it's possible.
but you're right. He would roll over in his grave because black women don't have the brain capacity to be in charge. Another Charlie Kirk quote.
But you realize, Mo, that the lady got fired. I forgot where she worked, but no, she worked for the New York Times, I think. No. She was a journalist from somewhere. Huh?
Washington Post.
Right, there you go. She got
was the-
fired
and
because
she
she
was the
quoted the
last-
dude.
She was the last black writer working for the Washington Post.
Wow, I didn't know that.
She did an interview on Don Lemon's show a couple days ago. Yeah, she was the last black columnist at the Washington Post.
Wow. That says a lot.
And you're right. She got fired for putting quotes from Charlie Kirk up.
So everything Mo's doing now doesn't matter. If they want to get you, they'll use that to get you. Because all he did was quote. All she did was quote. It just, she turned the
your
mirror.
boy Jimmy got called disgusting, and they said he did some of the worst stuff ever, and all he did was joke on Trump's non-mourning.
Yeah, that's the only thing he said. And actually, he had the clip to back it up. This is a clip we've all seen. Because they asked him, he was supposed to be so broken up about it. They asked him how he was doing. Oh, we're doing great. Hey, did you see the new edition?
I mean,
I was like, wow.
first of all, I would like to say, Disney, that might have been bitch move of the year.
You see, here's the thing, man. Once I got trying to put it in like terms that some people who will try to minimize what Iger from ABC actually did. All right, so let's say you are a young lady and you are trying to date, and there are certain standards that you have in your dating. As soon as you suck a motherfucker's dick on the first night, everybody else who dates you feels like they should have the opportunity to get their dick sucked too. So as soon as ABC gave Trump $16 million a couple months ago, just so they could get part of their merger going, basically now Donald Trump and the FCC all know, hey, ABC is our bitch. So whatever we say, they're gonna do. So it's not, this move isn't the move that did it. As soon as you handed that motherfucker 16 million for some shit that he had no actual legal standing to get, now he's like, hey, you my bottom bitch. You gonna suck my dick whenever I should ask you to.
But that's not the bottom, though.
You're right. You are the new bitch.
There you go. Because for real, because the bottom bitch is the one.
You're right. You're right, AG. Because the bottom bitch usually gets at least some type of hierarchical treatment. And yeah. Right now, ABC, you the new bitch. Like Fox is the bottom bitch. ABC now is the new bitch.
Can't see any lie there.
Yeah, and the crazy part about last week, the voice of reason came from somewhere I didn't expect. From Mo B's boy, down in Texas.
Who, Ted Cruz?
Yeah.
Oh, he showed it. Actually,
He was a voice of reason.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I read that. I couldn't believe what I was reading. I thought it was a typo.
yo.
Yeah.
Did you read that, Mo B? Did you hear about that? What he said?
I mean, look, man, not only has he been a voice of reason,
Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson coming out going, hey, bro, this ain't what Charlie Kirk was about. Now, he's not actually saying what Charlie Kirk was about, but he's saying this ain't it.
Yeah.
Because what Tucker Carlson was saying is absolutely true. So when we take over, they can do the same thing. So when the Democrats take over, and it's
when
coming,
Ted Cruz said that, I was like,
we can do the same thing because they set precedent.
yeah, and he said they're gonna come with us at full barrels, and I was like,
I mean, and you know
Probably
what?
not, but
He's right. We can't, but everybody knows the
We know
Democratic Party
they
is full of bitches. First of all, the fact that they just all voted for this Charlie Kirk shit, shows that they all pussies. So, come on, man. The Democratic Party ain't never gonna do shit.
Nah.
And honestly, I'm not one of those people that's like, it don't matter who you vote for. Shit's always gonna be fucked up, because no, shit does matter. But what I'm saying is, if anybody thinks the midterms are gonna come and the Democratic Party is gonna swoop in and get Debo and be like, nah, fuck this shit, no, man, Democratic Party ain't gonna do shit, man. They just want to see it at the table. That's it. They don't really want to actually enforce anything. They just want to be at the table.
And also, Ben Shapiro was talking that truth this week too. And I was like, what is this freaky week? Like Freaky Friday? What the hell's going on?
It's not freaky, man. I'm telling you, they're afraid for their own future by doing some of this stuff. Because you're rotting away the tenets of this country that can hurt you in the long run.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the stuff they do, they don't think that someone else was going to do it too, which is true, because it's wrong. You shouldn't be doing any of this. But some things, bruh, you open the door for that and you are, man. So I hear what Tucker Carlson's saying, and I was wondering if somebody was going to say it.
And Ben Shapiro said, look, we need to be real here. We need to stop acting like Donald Trump beat the crap out of what's her face. He won by 0.6 percentage points. Like, he didn't blow people out. He didn't blow her out. And he was pretty much, he hit it with a slight dig, was like, someone who is, not even, basically he was like, she wasn't even fit for the role of president, whatever. And he beat her by 0.6%. So
and he made no lies in that statement.
Yep. So, he was like, we need to stop. We as Republicans need to stop thinking that, we went there and just smacked the Democrats in the, for the presidency. Nah, we barely won that. And I was just like...
Which is why everything that's happened, do you realize he hasn't even been fucking president for a year?
Not yet. That's why he's doing everything so quick.
So not even in a year, they have rigged it so that it'll be even harder for Democrats to take over. And he is slowly eroding, like, the democracy to a point where, like I said before, the motherfucker ain't ever gonna leave the White House. The only way Trump is leaving the White House is death. And this is not me wishing it upon him. I'm just saying what he's doing is literally what every other authoritarian dictator did when they got in charge. They have made it impossible for them to get gone.
And Moko Cowboy is right. It's not Project 2026.
Yeah.
It's Project 2025. And
people they're already talking about Trump 2028, and they're just like, but he can't run again. I'm just like, oh, you think there's going to be another presidential election?
And I mean,
I'm just saying, like, there are ways around that.
And the crazy part about all of it is, it's like the people who could make changes or could stop him, bunch of bitches. They're in the lap and they can't do anything. I mean, I feel like some of them at least trying to act like they're ready to come out and be like, whatever. But yeah, they ain't about to do shit. It's cool that Raphael said all that shit, but he ain't about to change his stance on shit.
I about to say he's still gonna vote exactly how his master tell him to.
He gonna suck on the Trump teat and just is what it is. And I mean, I think the crazy part about all of it is everybody knows what's going to happen, yet nobody has made any real attempt to stop it.
But Ruben, everybody's motivated by fear. The
Yeah.
Democratic Party fears doing shit, and the Republican Party fears not being in their positions. So literally, everybody's just moving on fear.
Yeah. I mean,
When Democrats are saying we have to sign this shit just because if we don't, the Republican Party is going to talk bad about us. Motherfucker, they talk bad about you anyway.
yeah. I mean, just because somebody called you a hoe.
When I saw that
Yesterday.
Hakeem Jeffries had signed that shit, I was just like, oh, motherfucker. You're
the worst.
Yeah, you the one that be out here talking big and bad. You be talking all this cash shit about how the Democratic Party needs to fight.
And then your bitch ass decides to sign it. I didn't know he had signed it.
Yeah, but
Or
man.
voted for it.
He said
man.
everybody on the Democratic side signed it, and he's part of that.
Yeah, almost. No,
No, everybody did not.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who didn't,
Yeah.
and there's some people who just didn't do anything. They just didn't. They didn't vote.
Okay.
They didn't vote for it. They just dropped out.
They
Which
abstained.
is also a bitch move.
Yeah.
Just say no.
I mean, because you don't want to be on, everybody's trying to be on the quote unquote right side of whatever.
Here's
And
the
I'm just
thing.
like,
I am not an AOC fan. I'm not one of those people
but
that
she
think
did not
AOC
sign that shit.
But she said no, and then she came out and made a statement. She said, hey, I am not for political violence. What happened to Charlie Kirk is terrible, but I am not going to turn this guy into a martyr.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to
did.
act like Charlie Kirk wasn't who he was. And I'm just like, yo,
She is correct.
why is AOC the only person with some balls?
Good question.
I mean, they just,
I mean, Hakeem Jeffries signed it. I was just like, nigga, almost everything you say now is null and void now.
yeah, everything you did in the past, for what? I mean, honestly, he probably signed his political death warrant with that.
No, because I understand what once again, the Democrats just move in fear. Because here's the thing. I think Roland Martin said it because I was listening to something he said. And Roland Martin made a lot of sense. And I don't always agree with him either. But he made a lot of sense. He was like, if you are a Democrat that was in an area where you are in a highly contested race, I completely get you doing it. Like if you're somewhere where you're only separated by 1 or 2 points or something
You're not
like
trying
that.
to have them use that against you.
Exactly. But he was like, Hakeem Jeffries is like 44% up in the polls. You have nothing to fear. Like you did this literally just because you ain't got a backbone.
A bitch is a bitch.
I
It's
mean,
poor rich. I mean, Ice Cube said it best, So, I mean,
I just wish more people in politics. Like honestly, this is why there needs to be term limits in every position. Because not having term limits makes people move in fear because they just don't want to not be in that position anymore. Well, realistically, if there were term limits, people could just, do what they thought was actually right because you're not going to be able to be here forever anyway. Like, legacy should matter more than how long you're in your position.
mm-hmm.
And right now, with no term limits, people's legacy is how long they stay. And that's the problem.
Yeah, when we're out here, like celebrating when the crazy women do stuff in a way that shocks you. And when I say crazy women, I mean that one in Georgia and that one in Colorado. When they vote or say something that actually makes sense, and everybody's shocked, like shit's going downhill. Because they were on the Trump dick from jump. And they out here talking about, nah, we really shouldn't be doing that.
I think
Where'd you
some
come, Democrat?
I think some of what's happening with the MAGA people is they're having a bit of a reckoning because they're starting to realize that this person that they thought they were working to be at the same accord with is separating himself from them because he no longer needs them. And I think some of these people thought he would always need them, therefore they would always be in the good with him. And now they're starting to realize he really don't need you no more. So there's really nothing you can do. Like, even all these people, people are like, well, they don't want the Democrats to take power. Well, like, shit's getting to the point now where he really doesn't need them anymore. He doesn't need anybody. Like, we said it about the black conservatives. Like, they all disappeared because Trump didn't need them anymore. He got enough of a percentage of the black men to vote for him, and I'll say specifically the black men, because to their credit, the black women were smart enough to not fall for that shit. We were stupid ones. Look, this is me saying it right now. 3 guys on this show, and we will all say, "Hey, it was motherfuckers that look more like us that are the reason he's in the presidency, not y'all." Black ladies, y'all did it right.
Yeah.
Hey, that is a great
awesome.
Tokens exist to get spent.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Moko. But I mean, yeah, it's just.
I mean, you know what happens when you're at the arcade and you run out of tokens? Can't play no more. Gotta go.
Gotta go home.
Leave.
Gotta get up out of that piece. You're not gonna find some token laying around. But apparently, he found enough of them laying around to take care of the business. And now, later, I mean, for God's sakes, we haven't seen old boy from South Carolina in what, 8 months?
Once again,
That dude's ghost.
Trump and his campaign were smart enough to realize that there was enough self-loathing, little dick black men out there to vote for him. Like, there was enough of them out there. There was enough of them who hated women just enough, who could listen to some of the whole "they're all coming to get us" and thought they were part of the get us. They thought they were part of that us, and it was like, hey, we was talking about men, but not with pigmentation. But I mean, cool, you can vote with us. I mean, just know you ain't actually gonna come in, but thanks for the vote. And you said some of the crazy women. I think some of the MAGA Republicans, after the Epstein stuff has come out, they've started to realize, oh, the us wasn't us either. It was just white rich men. Cool.
Yeah. The fact that he didn't release none of it. And it's like, the whole MAGA is like, I thought you said you're gonna release that. Clearly, it's something that he don't want released. Will we ever find out? Probably not. Anytime soon.
And he was like, I thought you was going to shut the fuck up and get out. That's pretty much what Trump was thinking. Like, hey, I've already busted my nut now. How you going to get home? That's basically what he told the ladies. He was like, hey, how you get home?
After you grab the pussy, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, how you getting home?
Look at AG.
I'm sorry that's a bad metaphor, but I feel like it works.
No, you got the wrong idea about what my face is like. There have been 10 intros in the last 20 seconds. That's all I'm saying. I'm flinching at this point because it's like, what do I do? Okay.
Yeah, what's old girl's name in Georgia? Marjorie
Taylor Greene, man.
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Trump basically just looked at her and was like, hey, how you getting home?
I mean, he might call her an Uber,
Don't call him.
He was like, hey, man, that was great. That was a great 3 minutes. I hope it was all right for you. Yeah, how you getting home? You need me to get you a ride or something? You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. That's not Trump, man. He's Richie from Harlem Nights. Hey, I ain't never put your mom on the phone. I ain't never come home. Have a good one. See you later. That's pretty much what he did.
No. Basically, Marjorie Taylor Greene is the motherfucker that he called. It was like, look, Marjorie, I ain't never come home again. Take it easy.
Oh shit, that's hilarious. I mean, but there are no lies detected here. I mean, that's the problem, right? That's the problem for some people, not for me. I think it's great, but like, yeah, it's you know, he keeps. You know, I personally have not read Project 2025. Every once in a while I keep hearing, oh yeah, this is in Project 2025, and I'm just like,
I mean,
hey,
basically everything that's happened so far has been in every single thing that's happened. Everything that we're like, oh shit, this is some crazy shit. Yeah, that's literally what was like written.
They weren't hiding it from anybody. You can go anywhere and read it.
Yeah, which, you know.
Which I thought that was a flex in itself. Wasn't even a secret.
Crazy flex.
I mean, because that pretty much means y'all can't stop me. Here's the game plan, but you can't stop me.
Well, once he got back in, yeah, there was no stopping it now.
But 60% of this country knew it and still voted for him. So I'm just letting you know. They didn't want it to get stopped.
It's like, hey, to all the black men that voted for Trump, to like the 90 million adults that didn't vote because of whatever reason, like more people in the country didn't vote than actually did vote, which is just fucking crazy to think about that. Like we're like, hey, the country's so divided, and you look at the vote and you're like, oh yeah, the country's so divided because like 50% agree with him, and it's like, no, actually, that ain't even 50% of the country. Like 50% of the country didn't vote.
He didn't win 50% of the vote. He only won like 49.4%.
And once again, if you really think about like actual population, really only like 24% of the population voted for Trump.
The other 23 voted for, what's her name? Who, hey man, look, I know this is not a political show. Let's get this straight.
It is today.
Really isn't. But, hey man.
I mean, we really ain't talked about narrative politics though. We basically just talked about
but I mean,
what happened.
Bro, like, hey man, what's the worst thing Democrats can do right now for themselves? Oh, let's self-destruct and come out with a book talking shit about people. Really? You come out with a memoir and you're talking, well, you know, I wanted to pick Buttigieg, but I didn't think the country could deal with, you know, a black woman and a gay man. I'm like,
I thought she already said that.
Shit?
I thought she already said that.
But she made a whole book. She got a book coming out.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And she talks shit about all. Okay, it's not shit.
No. That is a very accurate interpretation of what she did about a lot of people. A lot of people she just talked shit about. She just did it eloquently without it, you know, being super negative, but it was all negative.
Yeah, all the people she could have picked for vice president, she talked about each one. And she talked about intricate shit that they had in meetings, like the dude from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, basically said that he wasn't interested in being the number two.
Yeah.
All he was talking about was what his role would be. Just
like, really, just putting all that shit out there? Like, and the crazy part, somebody was like, yeah, you know, that's Democrat self-destruction. And I was like, you're not really wrong there.
All right. Here's where I'm gonna go off the rails, and I don't need y'all two to be associated with this. But this is why she was not ever a good fucking candidate for anything. She was the good candidate for vice president. She was the good candidate for president, because every negative stereotype that men throw upon every woman, she is exemplified. She basically is the whole book seems like it's blaming the country for her not being elected. Which, hey, I get it. You can be salty, you can be upset, you can feel like, the country let you down, but ultimately, you lost. Now, there can be a lot of the things that you're saying can be very true. Hey, maybe you did lose because you're a woman. Hey, maybe you lost because you're a black woman. Maybe you lost because you weren't a fucking good candidate. Or maybe all of those things. But here's the thing. What you don't do is you come out and then burn the fucking building down because they didn't paint the wall the way you wanted it to. You're literally going to burn the shit down because you're upset.
I mean, yeah, she pretty much
and
came out with a burn book.
Like now you're making them you're making a money grab after you just talked about how the person who's in presidency literally is corrupt and only doing things for money. Now look, this is not me shitting on women. I was shitting on her. I've been firm for what is it now? 5.5 years that I thought she was a terrible candidate.
You
I
were
thought
correct.
she was a terrible candidate,
Yeah,
vice
you
president. I've been consistent on this shit. And yes, so I think she lost herself the presidency, and I think she's making a real compelling argument and compelling case to try to burn the whole Democratic Party down. Now she can say she's not trying to do that, but
She ain't saying shit right now, so.
no. I'm just saying afterwards she can say she's not trying to do that. Hey, it's just my memoir, blah blah blah. But I would like to challenge you. What presidential candidate that lost did you ever fucking hear anything from afterwards again?
No, they disappeared.
Exactly.
Or
Bitch,
got another
disappear.
job or whatever, but they
Bitch,
never did this.
Disappear. I just need you to fucking disappear.
Well, I thought that's what she was going to do.
I thought she had.
They wanted her to run for governor. She's like, I'm good.
Why are you more visible in your defeat than you were as a vice president?
Well, back up on that a little bit, because a lot of the shine she's getting now before the book was because everything that she said would happen has happened.
Here's the thing. She was absolutely right about, look, the reason I voted for her is because she was right about the person she was running against.
Yeah.
I didn't vote for her because I believed in her. I voted for her because I believed her. As what I mean by is I believed who he was, because we already fucking
we
had
knew who he was.
evidence of who he was.
Yeah.
Now, I still would much rather be living in a world where she was the president, even if I don't think she was a good candidate. Because the reason I said she wasn't a good candidate really doesn't have anything to do with how I feel about her individual politics. I just knew the way she was going to present wasn't a winning strategy for the Democratic Party. It just wasn't winning. I was like, it's just not going to win.
Well, she showed us that in that first debate with Biden and everybody else. She showed out that night. I was like, man, this wow. But I couldn't really say that because she's a woman candidate, but I didn't like it at all.
Well, why couldn't you have said that? Oh, you know what? You're right, AG. At the time, you couldn't have said that. But I
said it on the show, but
I said my tooting my own horn. I said that at the vice presidential debate when she was running for president when she was a presidential candidate the first time.
That's what I'm talking about. That first time,
yeah,
she pulled a race card when she didn't have to, and everybody's looking around like, what? But they couldn't say nothing because they white. I mean, she totally hemmed that whole thing up with this whole spiel, and it's like, he didn't do anything. What? And at that point, I told my wife, I was like, she is not the one. I don't know what we're gonna do, but she is, because at the time Biden was doing horribly. And then I got on the show and said the same thing. And it was just like, bro. But like Mo said, I wasn't going to vote for Trump. Yeah, I thought I put her name down 2 or 3 times on that ballot.
Yeah, she was definitely a much better presidential candidate. My whole negativity towards her has nothing to do with her politics.
Is it negative or is it just truthful?
Well, it's going to come off negative because I'm saying just disappear, blah, 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 blah. And my thing is, it's not really an attack on her. I don't mind her speaking. I don't mind her doing this thing. But this memoir just feels like it's
Petty?
toxic, and it feels,
No, it is. By far.
It feels like, and I haven't read it, so maybe I would feel different if I read it, because all I've been hearing are the quotes, because people pull quotes and things that she said, and in all fairness, maybe some of these quotes with more context in it won't come off as so I'm blaming y'all motherfuckers. Maybe it won't come off that way if I actually read the book.
Well,
Maybe if I actually was interested in hearing about her memoirs, like there's certain people that I'd be interested in hearing their memoirs, like Barack Obama. Everybody's interested in hearing his memoirs because he's just cool. Like, even if I didn't agree with all of Barack's politics, but
he also ain't gonna come on. He ain't in his memoirs. What he ain't gonna do is talk shit about people that he's supposed to be
the
working.
motherfucker was a superhero as far as like cool, bro. Like his superpower was cool. Like his swag level was just next level. Like Barack Obama could be doing shit that really was horrible for the country, but he'd be doing it in such a smooth motherfucking way that I'd just be like, hey man, I'm gonna hear you out. I'm gonna hear you out.
I think that blowing up Russia could be a positive idea.
I mean, once again, when Barack spoke, it just like, and look, that's not always a positive thing. Like the fact that I'm just like the motherfucker so smooth that he could do some negative shit. But really, it's just like, yo, we look at him in reverence now because of just like the one thing Barack Obama did, and which I'll say a lot of presidents have done, even when they weren't the greatest as far as what they did for the country. Mm-hmm. He always represented the country well in how he presented himself. Like, say what you want about like
even Kid Bush.
Like, I'm about to say what you want about Bush, but he represented himself okay. Kid Bush was okay. Daddy Bush was, rich white guy. Like he handled himself like white guys do. And I mean, look, not everybody can be Jimmy Carter. Fuck, nobody dislikes Jimmy Carter. Like Jimmy Carter was just.
Nah, a lot of people dislike
you just told me how old you were. You just told me how old you were.
Oh no, AG. What I mean by that is like at the time he was just old white guy.
Okay.
As far as the way the world looked at him, yes, there were shit tons of wrong with Jimmy Carter. But I'm saying the way he presented was just old white guy.
Because when I was growing up, no one liked him. I was trying to figure out why. What did he do?
Hell,
I didn't think Reagan got up in that bitch.
I'm about to say Reagan. Completely harmful. However,
he was an actor.
I'm about to say, like, he just
but actually, he understood how to manipulate white America. He did that. He was masterful at doing that.
Once again, that's what.
And he got shot and was like, "What, bitches?"
Exactly. He got shot for real. Like blood came out of that dude.
I bet you say he got shot for. But what I'm saying is, like, most presidents at least know how to be
presidential
facing. That's what I mean. Like when I say like people didn't have a problem with how Jimmy Carter presented himself presidentially. You might have had problems with Jimmy Carter. Like if you were of a brown hue living in low income areas, you had a major problem with Reagan because he basically set police on war against you.
Didn't just say no.
Put us all on welfare when we weren't on welfare. It was white America that was on welfare.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we all got the welfare thing. But okay, I got it. Well, I hear what you're saying.
Blue-eyed girl.
But yeah, it's just like Trump does not have that the same way that.
All he got is this.
Here's the thing. I don't think Kamala would have been presented well either. Now, in all fairness, this is not me just saying this about Kamala, because honestly, I think she was the second worst presidential candidate we've ever put in front, because I thought Hillary Bush was worse.
Did you say Hillary Bush?
Yes, Hillary Clinton, aka Hillary Bush. Because the reason I say Bush is because every sentence was letting you know that she was a woman, and it was like, hey, everything was vag presenting. Because remember, we talked about her campaign the whole time. It was just like, yo, I'm a woman. Hey, vote for me because I'm a woman. hey, let your girls know you. Like, it's like, yo, come on, man. Like, I get it. You got a bush. Like, cool. Cool.
I'll never be able to look at her the same way again. Not
I
ever.
hope I never look at
Every
it.
time I see her bush, I just, wow. But he's not right. He's right, though.
I was
Absolutely.
like,
Yeah, no, he's not wrong at
it
all.
was just like every statement was, I'm a woman. And I'm just like, we know.
I still believe to this day, the day before election day, when she brought all those black, I'm trying to give more adjectives, black, rich, entertainment people on stage, I was 100% turned off by that.
Yeah, she's trying a little
100%.
hard. She's trying a
Yeah.
little hard.
I mean, LeBron and Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Which is crazy though, because it was like, hey, it was the heartland states that you needed to win.
Yeah.
And you were trying to
You didn't need to win New York.
your East
Had
Coast
that.
and West Coast brethren, and we was like, we kind of gonna vote for you anyway, like whether we agree or not. Like we was here for it.
Go to the sticks, yo. The sticks is where you need to win.
We didn't need to see Beyonce. I'm good. I was gonna vote for you anyway. Like, cool.
I see LeBron enough on TV. I'm good.
No, it's that those people didn't want to see him. That was a mistake to me.
Exactly.
You don't take
Like
those people to the Midwest.
The people that you really need to capture their vote, they didn't relate to that at all.
No.
They was just like, nope, this bitch don't get it.
All the white country stars that are women that she could have brought up there,
Yeah.
and she chose all the black people that don't sing country.
But I
Okay.
think most of them are Republican, which is very interesting.
How is that interesting?
I mean, you would think that.
Interesting
No.
because of financial. You feel like most people should just vote because of their finances. And that's not-
I feel like it was interesting because like Hillary Clinton was trying to do some real shit like nobody's ever been done. You thought she would have had the white woman behind her, and she didn't even have that. So and then that's how you got smacked. Like she got smacked. Like,
well, look, man,
world.
trying to count on women to support other women is always a recipe for failure. And I mean, look, I could just throw out several examples. Like, I mean, if women were supporting women super strong, the WNBA wouldn't be out here with their cup out begging motherfuckers for some finances. Like, that's just not what would be happening.
Oh shit!
Still trying to find a lie.
I'm not trying to find a
They've
lie.
been losing money for 30 years, bro. I'm just saying.
Here's the crazy part, right? The playoffs this year might be the craziest playoffs in years in the WNBA. And your cash cow is hurt. She ain't playing. But because her team keeps winning, she is still on television. You see Caitlin Clark every 3 minutes on the bench doing something. And she's not even playing. And her
The
team keeps
WNBA
winning.
has so many
It's
things
crazy.
financially that should be working for them. Like, yes,
Yeah.
your cash cow gets to be on TV even though she ain't playing. Your villain has done all types of villainous stuff with her own team where y'all can keep portraying her as the villain. You potentially have one of the greatest professional women's basketball players just winning her 4th MVP, and for some reason nobody ever talks about her.
No.
She's only the best person in the WNBA, but we talk about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese like 3 times more.
Yeah. and on top of that, they lost to the Fever today. Like by 16 points. They got their ass beat. And it's like, so you're literally 2 games away from going to the WNBA finals with your cash cow not even playing. But
Your cash cow, realistically, probably is the best person on her team.
yeah, not even playing. She is on the bench. She is doing she is a great teammate. at least on television. I assume she's a great teammate all around, but on television, she's doing it all, celebrating whatever. Yo, I mean, just her being on
Nobody's ever
TV.
really said anything negative about her. Like,
No, I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, her being on TV is accidentally helping the WNBA. Because even though she's not playing, stadiums are full because they just want to see her and get autographs. People are actually watching the games, even though her punk ass ain't playing. I'm sorry, that's not fair.
Yeah, where'd that come from?
I slipped out. I'm sorry. I apologize.
So
that's on me.
accidental hate. This motherfucker hates so
Yeah.
much.
We were talking about politics on show, and that slipped out. I'm sorry. I don't mean that.
Are you sure? Because you said it with your whole chest.
No.
What Trump say?
No,
You got hate in your heart? You got
No, man. No, seriously.
Her punk ass ain't playing. Wow, that's on wax.
It is, but it didn't mean to be. See, we talked all that negative shit about the other two people, and it slid in accidentally. I apologize.
If I was
Please
drunk,
don't
I
flame
wouldn't be
me unless-
sober now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's awesome.
Did you have a
But-
bad day, sir?
No, I had a great day. It slipped, man. Shit just
So that
slips
means
sometimes.
that you were actually feeling that way since the slip.
Definitely not. Not about her,
man.
no.
That hate just
Just
Came
leapt out of his
out,
mouth.
Look, man, I've been hated in a couple days, man. Get off my case.
Wow.
It's like Tourette's. It's be coming out.
Wait a minute. That is the intro. It's like Tourette's. That's the intro.
this motherfucker said hate is like Tourette's. Sometimes I just be talking and that hate just come out.
And Ruben, you know, I was going to compliment you on the show before last because you were entirely too funny. But this, man.
It
Tourette's.
wouldn't be the first time I said some shit I shouldn't have said.
Bruh, Tourette's. that is a brilliant description of yourself.
Hey, man.
Woo, oh
do what
my
I can.
goodness.
But like I was saying, nah, man. But it's like the best case scenario. It's the second best case scenario for the WNBA right now. Like, if they can't, like, they should be hoping that the Indiana Fever win and beat the the Las Vegas Aces, because the champions already left. They got beat in the first round, so it's gonna be a brand new champ. Man, the best thing that can happen to the WNBA now is if Indiana wins the whole damn thing.
I'm gonna disagree. No, the best thing that can happen is if they get close, because then all next year they can portray it as if Caitlin's the missing piece.
Yeah, he's right about
You're
that.
right.
If they
you're right.
just had Caitlin.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
You know what, man? You're right. Telenovela. That's what it is. I mean, I ain't mad at that. I mean, but it's wild, right? Like, because you would think that, because everybody pretty much thought, oh, she's out for the year. They just gonna fold like a cheap suit. Nah, man. They was like, hey, man, we're more than Caitlin Clark. And they're letting everybody know. And the WNBA is actually winning. Surprisingly. Out of their first four series,
Well,
3 of them went to game 3s.
We'll see how much they're winning when the season's over. That's when we'll see if they're winning. We'll see if they
That's true.
go on
I mean,
strike. Because
They're going to go on strike. They're
I'm
going to go on strike.
I'm so afraid for them to go on strike.
I hope they don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm afraid for them to go on strike because I feel like that'll
Derail everything.
The reality of what will happen when they go on strike will be deflating. Because what's going to happen is if they go on strike, it'll be news for like 2 days, and then the world will keep going. And I feel like that'll hurt because when you go on strike, the point of going on strike is to put financial pressure on the institute that you are holding out on. But if you go on strike and then like the world of sports really does not care, I mean they're gonna force the issue as far as conversation. But if it doesn't really affect the income, which how can it affect if you are, say, the NBA and the WNBA says, hey, we going on strike. And they sit out half the season, and the NBA is gonna be like, oh damn, we ain't losing money because of y'all now. What are we gonna do?
Like what Moco Cowboy just said. Just save the owner's money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, like that kind of kills them. Now, granted, it's bad publicity because they're definitely gonna get good publicity for going on strike. But I just feel like, you know, all the rich people don't really care about what common folk think. They just like, so you mean we can save ourselves like $40 million of loss just by not negotiating with them? Not negotiate to lose 40 million. Like, we can just say, nah, we not gonna talk to y'all and save 40 mil.
So it depends. If you're gonna go on strike, the best time to go on strike, literally, would be right before the women's NCAA tournament. That's when you go on strike. Because really, we're talking a month. If you go on strike right then, because remember, a month and a half is the draft, the WNBA draft. And the season starts 2 weeks after that. So, like, if you, hey, man, everything's good. Now we going on strike right before the women's tournament. So you're going to get burned. People going to be watching. And, I mean, that's how you get, of all the time to do it, that's when you do it. You do it after the unravel shit.
It definitely maximizes the public outcry. But once again, strikes work when you cost the company money, not when you make the company money.
Once again, but yeah, I would say it.
Granted, I know like TV deals. Look, I'm not saying I'm not saying like the owners would be making money because they're not playing. But what I'm saying is like, yeah, it's just like, what are you losing if you're older? Like, Ruben, if you were owner, would you be like, oh man, we got to get to the table and talk, or the people on the media are going to be upset with me?
That's no foul. So
it's not foul. I'm not saying it as a negative. I'm just saying the leverage. You have public outcry leverage.
Oh yeah.
Public outcry leverage only mean, like, you know who also has public outcry leverage right now? Jimmy. But you know what ABC is like? Hey, we about to get $6.2 billion on this merger. We don't give a fuck what y'all people out there complaining about.
Well, you always say all money ain't good money. So.
See, I say that because I ain't got none. AG.
That is not true. Stop it.
No. What I'm saying is like, I say that because I ain't got none, and if I had some, I'd be willing to lose mine. But as a company, when there's a $6.2 billion merger, that money ain't yours.
That's a lot of money, man.
Ruben, that money ain't yours.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, so that money ain't yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's like, hey man, all money ain't good money. And then you got your shareholders, who are the people, the reason you get paid, going, hey motherfucker, that money good to us.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Hey man, Bob Iger won't talking about he didn't do that shit because of his heart. He did that shit because of his stock options.
Yes.
Let's be real.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's actually where I go back to this WNBA strike. It's like, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of bad publicity, but like, what you want us to do? We can't pay you NBA money, and y'all already costing us money.
See, that's the other thing, man. This whole thing about we should get paid just as much as the men, or a percentage like the men get. They need to come the fuck up off that, because 20% of nothing is nothing. I mean, like, I get it. So you got a couple people making $200,000. That's cool, but you know what? I mean, we also got people out here making 10 times more money just on commercials. So like, my bad if you ride the bench. you're in the WNBA. I'm sorry to hear that. Like, but like I was watching this thing.
I'm just saying, professional cornhole players ain't making $2.3 million. You know why? Because professional cornhole don't have like big ass TV deals and stuff. They on the Ocho.
Actually, no, they are on ESPN now.
I mean, I know, but once again, they ain't making.
ESPN, they're on FS1.
But they not making millions. Like,
God,
professional athletes, they're elite.
Maybe like
they do.
There's maybe like 2 of them who make $1 million, but they make enough to survive. But I'm pretty sure they got these other things called jobs. That's why they do this shit on the weekend, not doing the weekday. Like, let's be real. Now you can go to college for free on that shit though.
I'm not trying to compare them as far as like what it takes to do. What I'm just saying is like your company can't pay you money it ain't making.
Yeah. And I mean, how about y'all figure out a way to not cost the NBA $40 million? Then we can talk about everything else. Because that's really what it comes down to. Because one day NBA is going to be like, yeah, we're not bankrolling this shit no more. And what happens if they choose not to bankroll it?
I disagree with that because the NBA bankrolls the WNBA because they probably also write it down in taxes as a loss. So eventually it kind of helps them too.
Understand, but what if they decided not to do that shit anymore? What happens? The shit automatically folds like the other WNBA that they had before. Because remember, there used to be 2 leagues. One folded.
What other league was there?
Oh, yeah, there was another women's basketball league. There were 2 women's basketball leagues in the late 90s, early 2000s. And one of them folded because of financial.
Hey, I ain't even know about the other league, man.
Exactly. Like a whole bunch of these young kids don't know about the ABL. Or the ABA, excuse me. There used to be 2 professional basketball leagues.
I remember that, but I ain't know that was another.
You do, but anybody north of motherfucking 1995 probably don't know nothing about that unless they're a basketball historian. I mean, Dr. J was in the ABA before he was in the NBA.
Yeah, he won 2 championships with the ABA.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, even in WNBA, there was another women's basketball league, and that shit folded. So, I mean, when it's all said and done, I just hope they don't strike. I know this probably won't be the last time we ever talk about this shit.
I hope they don't strike either, because I don't want it to strike and then it not help.
My thing, they can't win if they strike.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like there's no winning in them striking. Like, when some professional organizations strike, there's a win because it actually is hurting the bottom line.
Well, even in real life,
the bottom line.
Yeah, in real life, striking's never good for anybody.
I wouldn't agree with that.
No, because what I'll say, Ruben, is striking. If striking can hurt the financial institute that you are striking, it forces that institute to have to come to the table to negotiate. That's why the WNBA strike feels weird to me, because it's not going to cost the companies. It's not going to cost anybody money. Well, let me not say cost anybody money. I don't know all the financial details, but it just seems like if the NBA is losing money because of you, if you go on strike, you're not costing them money. Effectively, you might be making them money.
I mean, the only people who will really be affected with them going on strike, honestly, are the people who work in the stadiums. Because if they don't have anything to replace that, they either get furloughed or fired. And we be brought back if it comes back. So unfortunately, that's who it really hurts. It really hurts the people, the janitors, the people who fix stuff. It hurts them. And that's why, like, honestly, they're not in any position to strike, any positive position, because I don't think striking helps them.
Yeah, I don't either. And
I think the fear of striking helps them, but I think actually doing it will hurt them.
I hope we're just financially ignorant, and what I mean by that is I hope there are like financial ramifications for them going on strike that we're just not privy enough to know about. Because like on the surface, it just looks like, hey, you're striking an institute that you're already costing money, effectively saving them money by you not showing up to work. That does not sound like a recipe for success.
The only thing that could hurt them is the fear. I mean, the owners. Is the fear of future TV deals, because TV doesn't feel comfortable because of what you let happen.
Well,
that's the only thing I can think of.
Well, the other thing is when you don't have, because when any sports thing, or anything at all that rents out an arena, if those days already cut off, if there's nothing for those days, then that hurts the owner of that, because that's money they can't make because there's nothing there. And I get it. It's a small, the people paying the tickets and stuff and buying food stuff, that's a small part of it. But once again, I don't think the WNBA is making enough money on the TV deals to cover everything. So yes, they'll lose some money, but more importantly, I think an empty stadium, or not a stadium, an empty house makes no money at all. So you don't want that. But once again, I think in the long run, I think Mo B's correct that they don't have as much to lose as the WNBA players. And that's because and it's not even like the current players that's going to affect, it's the future that it affects. Because, unfortunately or fortunately, this next draft class, they're graduating. People are probably going to be leaving early no more because they can make a shit ton of money in college. But
when did people ever leave early in the WNBA?
There's been a couple. Not a lot, but there's been a couple. Technically, Caitlin Clark had one more year because of COVID, but she didn't take that. So technically, she could have came back one more year and started her master's program if she felt like she really wanted to go to school for that. So yeah, like some of them, some people, like if you redshirt and you play 3 years, you can leave. There's that. But yeah, it to me, the future of the WNBA that will hurt. This strike thing hurts that more than it hurts anything else. Because the ladies who are playing now, yeah, it's going to affect them short term, but the damage that they would do to the brand and to the actual association would linger on for a decade at least. So yeah, let's not do that, ladies. Let's not do that.
Hopefully it just doesn't come down to it. I'm not going to say ladies don't, because I get what they're fighting for.
No, I get that too.
When they're like, we should make as much money as the NBA players, I don't get that. But when they're like, we should make way more than we do, I definitely get that too. Y'all should. There's got to be a balance. There's just got to be a balance.
Oh yeah, but and when it comes down to it, when the math don't math, that's the other problem, right? I think part of them. No, I take that. Before I even say it, I'm not even going to say that, because they shouldn't care if that math maths. They really shouldn't. It is not their job to care about that. Absolutely. It is their job to go out and play and and perform the job that they've been given to do. So that whole thing is not their job. The only problem with that is, unfortunately, it's going to affect everything else, because they're trying to expand 3 more teams in 4 or 5 years or something.
I heard 2 at least, right?
3. It's 2028, 29, 30.
Okay.
So I get it. I think we're all in agreement. We hope this shit doesn't come down to that, because it will be detrimental. It'll be detrimental all around. There will be no winners in that. You know what I'm saying? No real winners anyway. So that's just my opinion. AG, man, what's on your mind?
He hadn't been president for a year. And I have to manage my emotions, man, because it's been a few months and so much has happened, but this too shall pass. The clock is ticking. That's what's on my mind.
All right. Moby, what's on your mind?
I hope after this week, I don't have to hear the media talking about a white nationalist 24/7. And this is not me minimizing Charlie Kirk as a human or as a person, because I will say it forever. Nobody deserves to have their life ended in that manner. Nobody's wife and kids, no matter how deplorable of a human being I might have thought you were, I don't want anybody's family to have to witness that. But when we're in a country where people die like that every day with no media attention, and not all of those people lived great, good lives. I mean, I'm not trying to be judge or jury on how you chose to live, but this person spewed hate. And maybe if you're a white person that agreed with him, maybe if you're not a white person that agreed, maybe you just agreed with some of his views, you didn't ever view it as hate. But as somebody who often was the villain in his narrative, because brown people were villains to him, black women were incompetent to him, people who went to college were scammed according to him, because he didn't do well in college the one year he went, so it became a scam. A lot of how he lived was so deplorable to me that I don't want people who did very limited research on who he was to tell me every day how I should be in mourning for this person. I am not mourning Charlie Kirk's death. I'm not proud of it. I'm not happy he died. I'm not advocating the violence. No. But I'm also not trying to memorialize him as a civil rights activist. He was a white nationalist who said a lot of hateful things, and not just because I disagree with him. No, a lot of them was just hateful whether I'd agreed with him or not. Hate is hate. I just hope I don't have to keep hearing about him, because the more I have to hear about Charlie Kirk from narrow-minded people that might have either agreed with him or just don't have the balls to say what he was, the more it actually makes me have a disdain towards all the people who tolerate that shit. And I don't want to feel upset with white people because of what one white person did. And I know that's my decision to make. But when I see somebody so hateful getting memorialized and hero treatment, it gets really, really hard for me to not want to just say white people are just innately more prone to be evil. I know that is a very oversimplification of what's actually going on. AG, I think you say it a lot better when you say you've got to realize that they are shifting from majority to minority and nobody wants to give up that authority. However, as somebody who has been a minority all my life, I don't really have a lot of empathy for them. In another Charlie Kirk quote, empathy is a made-up thing. And so just want to make sure if people say I'm talking about Charlie Kirk, they just know I'm using his words, not my own. Yeah, so I just hope within the next 7 to 10 business days, I don't have to fucking hear about Charlie Kirk ever again. That's it.
All right. Thank you. What's on my mind? A whole bunch of everything. You know, I am too. I'm not tired of hearing it. I'm just drained from hearing it.
That's probably more appropriate on how I feel. Maybe I'm not tired of it. Maybe I'm just drained. It's like I can't.
I'm drained from it, and then I'm also just like, it's hard. It's hard being a optimist in a world that we live in, when the world doesn't want to be positive. It's just difficult. It's difficult for me. I mean, I can't speak for anybody else, but everybody knows, if you listen to the show, I'm an eternal optimist. Like, I believe that the positive will always happen, and there's always a chance, as they say. And I still believe that. I still believe there always is a chance. And I will continue to believe that, because I feel like if I don't believe that, then my next question is, so what am I doing? And that's not really a question I would love to tackle. But I will say this. We just gotta, I get it. All common sense isn't common. And as long as we first understand that, that's where we start. Everybody's got different beliefs. How you raised, who taught you what, how'd you learn. But the one thing I will say is, hate is not something that you're born with. Hate is something that you gain as you are living the life that you live. So if you like to waste a lot of your time in that hate, then one, I don't know why you listen to us, because it's kind of a waste of your time. And then two, I feel bad for you. Like, who knows what happened in your life that caused you to feel that way. And that sucks for you. I'm not going to apologize, but that sucks. Because when it's all said and done, hey man, we can only live the life that we live, and our decisions that we make are our own. If you choose to make a decision that doesn't jive with somebody else's, just own up to it, man. That's all you got to do. Just own it. And whatever happens, happens. Because that's how life works. It's a bunch of decisions. Life is a twist the plot book, yo. You make this decision, you turn to a different page. You make this other decision, you turn to a different page. Eventually, you're going to get to the end of the book. Now, the only thing I can say is, some books are shorter than others. I'm glad that mine apparently is pretty long. So we'll keep that going as long as we can. And I'll try not to make that decision that gets me to the end of my book. And all I can tell you is do the same for yourself. Like, whatever decision you make, just own it. Because, they say we have death, taxes, and your balls. Yeah. Taxes is a choice, though. Some people choose not to do that. I wouldn't say not to do that, because that shit gets you in trouble. That kind of makes everything else maybe a little bit quicker. But yeah, man, just if you're gonna do something, just own up to it. Don't bullshit it. Hey, if you suck, you suck. If you swallow, you swallow. If you just sit on a log, you sit on a log. Just own whatever you do. That's all I can tell you. Because that's how we work, So, with that being said, I'd like to thank everybody for listening to another episode of 5 Minute Warning. We're here every Sunday night, 9 p.m. until we feel like getting up out of this piece. Tell a friend, tell an enemy, just tell somebody about us. You can watch us on Twitch, as you are now, or my Facebook page, or even, what's that thing called? YouTube. You can also check out past episodes, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Please, please, please give us a shot. And once again, we appreciate you listening to our show. Thank you to Mo B. Thank you to AG. Of course, we'll be back here next Sunday doing the same old thing. Not talking about the same old thing, hopefully, but at least talking about something and all that beautiful stuff. So, that being said, thank you again. And as we do every week, peace, love, hair grease, soul, and deuces.
Email us at 5minutewarning19@gmail.com. And also leave comments on Facebook and Twitch. Search 5 Minute Warning. Contact us on Twitter at AG_FMW Podcast, at Newsman25, at FMW 2019. Contact us on Instagram, Moby 5 Minute Warning, AG_5 Minute Warning, Newsman25. You can listen to the podcast at Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of
The 5-Minute Warning.
I don't know why some of you, my fellow marshmallow bitches, are trying to argue with me in the comments about this fact. This is why black people don't trust white people. Like, do you understand? When you get upset and you're like, oh my gosh, like, black people just assume these things about white people and we're all not like that. What do you think the message that it sends to them when something like this happens and all of you get online to fucking cry and mourn and fucking retcon this guy's history? No, you're not gonna treat me like I don't understand, because of fucking course I understand. I used to get butthurt and defensive when black people would make generalizations about me because I'm white. But eventually I decided that I was going to choose not to be offended by it anymore, because I realized that people make assumptions based on aggregate data. And don't act like you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, because white people do it all the fucking time. And white women, you understand this because you do it all the fucking time with men. You make risk assessments, assumptions, and judgments based on the aggregate data that you know about cis men. Because you understand that despite a lot of men being like, well, not all men, you can look to data and your own experiences. You don't think black people look to their own experiences and the aggregate data they see about the way white people treat them? If you're still not understanding, read this tweet and then read it a fucking again. What message do you think that sends to black people when this guy spent the last couple days of his life quite literally whipping up hate against Muslim and black people and trans people? Some of his last tweets, like the last 48 hours of his life, was him whipping up hate against Arab people and black people, saying, oh my gosh, black people are so violent. That was literally part of his last words. Retweeting photos of a Michigan police department that had some Arabic writing on it and being like, Muslims are taking over. Do you think that black people and Arab people do not notice that you're doing that? Don't notice that you haven't said shit about the genocide in Gaza? Did not say shit to condemn the hate mongering that he was doing, using the Ukrainian woman's death, claiming that black people were celebrating it when no such fucking thing was happening? You think that they don't notice that after years of you saying that the NFL needed to be boycotted because they were political for saying Black Lives Matter, that they don't notice that you guys across the country are doing tributes to Charlie Kirk? What happened? I thought you guys wanted to keep politics out of sports while trying to rewrite history and pretend that he was moderate. And that's not even getting into the insane cancel culture witch hunt they're on right now. And let's be for real. This insane witch hunt that they're on, this cancel culture, dox and getting people fired witch hunt that they're on, even putting the hypocrisy thing aside, because obviously they're insane fucking hypocrites that outed themselves for being so full of shit about everything they said about free speech. Trans people understand what you're doing. Muslim people understand what you're doing. And black people understand that this white lash is not just about Charlie Kirk. This is about whipping up hate against Muslims, whipping up hate against the trans community. This is about revenge that racist white people want to get on black people for having the audacity to advocate for their own human rights during the Black Lives Matter movement.